this is a flow to surrender. And I'm just going to get you to stand, feet just underneath the hips. Roll the shoulders up to yours, exhale them down and back, and even have the palms forward. And so take an inhale and take the palms forward and a little out to the side so that this inhale lifts up your chest just that little bit. And as you exhale, turn the thumbs inward, round the shoulders. Don't quite hunch, but pull in. Feel it like a hug coming in. Inhale, palms open and out to the side. And start to wave your head left to right. And give it a little twirl. And just move your neck and then start to relax your arms. Don't worry about which way the palms are facing. And then bringing your palms, your hands to your rib cage. Take a moment and let's just connect with our breath while we move our neck and head. So on the inhale, lift the chin up, but don't jam your neck back. Just lifting the chin up. Exhale, chin down. Feeling this movement of your breath in the ribs. As you inhale up, exhale down. Last one, inhale and draw the elbows back. Pull the elbows close to the ribs and release the arms back. And then as you exhale, round the shoulders and reach the fingertips. And then inhale, press back and rise up through the sky. And then exhale, draw the navel in, rounding through. So we're starting to move our spine. Inhale up and exhale forward. This will be the last one, forward. And then come back through to neutral. Start with movement of the shoulder, just the right to start. Let the shoulder drop and lift up and let it lengthen through your rib cage as well. Dropping it down, inhale up and back. Using your breath, exhale it down. Last one, reach up and relax the arm. And now the left shoulder up and back. And it's okay to droop it down. Make the movement not just about the shoulder, but through the ribs and yes, the armpit. Inhale up, rolling back. Inhale. And exhale. One more, nice big rotation. And then pause just a moment. Check in with your feet, your stance, your balance. We're going to move more through our ribs, our sides. And bring the palms towards your thighs. Inhale to the right. Don't hike up the shoulder. Keep the shoulder relaxed and down. And exhale it back. Inhale to the left. And bring it back. And just a few of these kind of at a nice, slow but steady pace. You can make it small or big. Just try not to let the hips do the movement. It's just the ribs. And now last one to the left. Bring it in. And ribs slide with a reach. Keeping those hips stable. Just a nice steady reach. Focusing on those ribs, but this is now also bringing in a little strengthening for the arms and the shoulders. Reach and extend. You can make it smaller or really reach. Just don't let the hips move quite yet. And 3, 2, bring it in. Now we're going to add a layer where we rotate the one shoulder down while the other palm reaches. And now we can move the hip just a little bit to add that stretch and reach. Bring it in. Left shoulder rolls in, palm up, right palm up, and this little shift. Inhale for extension and expansion. Exhale, coming back through neutral. This is really warming up my shoulders already. Really focusing on nice tight rotation, not a big arm flail. We'll do some arm flailing later. and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it out, keep the arms up. Take the legs just a little further apart. Right hand reaches down towards the left knee, and the left hand, rotate that shoulder under to reach back. And inhale through neutral. Exhale, left hand to right knee with that little rotation of the right shoulder. And bring it back. Now we can speed it up just a little, creating a more dynamic variation of this. One more, each side, last one to the left. Bring it up, and yes, you get to relax those arms down. Give them a little swing, because I don't know about you, but my shoulders really got warm on that one. So now, using this swing, step the feet in, and I want to just soften the knees and create a little bounce. We're not arching the lower back. And now, go a little higher. Exhale. Exhale it down. Let those ribs connect with your thighs. 2 more. And last one. Bring hands to heart for just a moment. Bringing the right hand a little lower down, kind of just underneath the bra line, I guess you could say. Left hand reaches up. And we're going to press the right hand to the left and the left hand to the right as we go for a little side bend here. Bring it in and imagine you're holding this great big courageous heart of yours in front of you before we switch the energy and go the other side. And exhale it back. Holding on, and then that reach and extend and pull it in. One more each side. Draw back in, last one. Left hand reaches to the right. Right hand to the left. And bring the palms together. And then press as far down as you can. It might be a little tricky. I mean, if I can go all the way down, but then I'm like hunched over. So palms up and down. Just a few of these. Kind of noticing where we feel tension, perhaps our wrists, our elbows, or our shoulders. And 4, 3, 2, and release. Fix your pants as required, because we're going to move some legs and some hips and some ribs. So sometimes our pants get out of control, or maybe it's just my pants, I don't know. So our hips, we're going to move a little bit further down. Soften the knees, and we're just going to start off with a small sit back, almost like a yoga pose called chair. Now when you reach forward, don't arch your back. Pull the navel in and rise up. Inhale, push into the hips and rise up. And also let the heels push you back up into long, standing, straight legs. 2 more. And last one. We're now going to add the extra layer for hips and ribs. Bring your hands together, interlace your hands. I like to do this little pointy finger thing because it makes me feel like I can point in the direction that I want to aim. So now, hips to the right, hands to the left. Push back and we reach. Pull back and we switch. The first few, let them be slow and deep. But now we're going to start bringing more dynamic movement in. Last one, slow and steady, fingers to the left. Last one, slow and steady, fingers to the right. Now, so this is not a full squat, it's more of a hip hinge. We don't have to go as low. If we're going faster, make sure the feet are wider than the hips. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up. Straight leg. Tick-tock those hips. I love the tick-tocks. Hands can do whatever they want. 5, 4, 3, 2, and you know these, the little hip hammocks, up and down, swaying left to right. Now add the push of the heels into the ground. Really think about that hip driving up towards the bottom rib of the same side. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and rise up, and now circle it down, up and over. So this is all about shifting the weight, checking in with your knees and ankles, and pause at the top, reverse direction. Shifting hips, let those hips draw a circle down and up. Let the whole body move with this for 2, and 1. Step it a little wider again. We're going to continue that movement we did earlier. This time we're going to reach below the knee, and we're going to kind of, don't go too fast, especially if you've got back issues, but just nice, steady. Right hand, left shin. Bring it back. I meant shin, not chin. I just hit myself. Left hand to right shin, and switch. And the goal is to keep your back long. We're not rounding through the spine quite yet. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, still in the hips, bring the feet closer together, circling the hips. Notice that my knees are supporting this movement. You can take the arms up or to the side. And allow this movement to get into your lower back, your hips, your thighs, your knees. Reverse direction. This one's always a little tricky for me. It's like my hips get stuck. And 4, 3, 2, and this time, side to side. We're going to start adding more. Bring those elbows up to the side. Right hand reaches down when the right hip goes into that direction. Left to left. Now step it. Walk it. You can change direction if you want. Step, move those hips, let those arms lift up, just the elbows back to the side. And 4, 3, 2, and lock and load the arms. Give me some wiggles. Wiggle as fast as you can. My pants, I think, are falling down. Keep wiggling. Wiggling straight arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax, and just add a little bounce. Noticing where your knees feel the tension, and don't push past it. Really honor mobility through the knees. Now I want you to come steady, just straight up and down. Feet are together, back is tall, spine is long. And thighs are getting warm, I hope, because mine are. 5, 4, 3, 2, and now it's lift up the right heel, bending that right knee forward, and we're still pulsing. Straight up and down. So just a nice tall movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, release and switch. Lift up the left heel, bend that left knee a little bit more forward. We're not going left to right, we're just going straight up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, rise up. Tap it in through the ball of the foot, internal rotation with the thighs, dropping those knees in. Now you can focus on just the legs, keeping your torso facing forward, or do the whole body. Let everything move. You decide what feels good and what feels challenging. Add a little arm movement if you want. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give me some wiggles. Love the wiggles, love the shakes. Wiggle those knees, the legs. Go for a little walk if you can. When I say if you can, because sometimes we do this and our legs are like, we don't go forward and back doing this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rise up. Focusing on straight leg, lifting up with the hip. So it's not bending at the knee, it's a hip lift. Noticing how our obliques support this lift, bringing those hips up closer to the bottom rib. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Now we're going to go a little bit more into the legs. I have to fix my pants. I think I wore the wrong pants to teach today. So, stand nice and wide. We're going to start off. Now don't go so wide that you feel like you're going to do the splits. Notice for a moment, put all of your weight, or as much weight as you can, on the outside edge of your foot, and notice how the ankle lifts up on the inside. Then push into the big toe, pull the insides of the ankles inward, and take weight off the outside edge of the foot. And now relax just enough that you have equal pressure through the ball of the foot, the pinky side, and the 2 back corners of your heel. Noticing that we're squeezing in a little bit with the thighs, and now soften the right knee. Don't worry about how far beyond the toes it goes, just soften in and rise up, and then switch left leg. This is more about an awareness piece and how you move with your breath and checking for your range of motion. Right now the knees are pointed forward, back over to the right, and back over to the left. So with the knees pointed forward, it changes our range of motion in many cases. Last one to the left. We're going to come up. Now we're going to point the right toes to the right, turning into more of a trikonasana legs, although a little bit wider than normal. We're going to bend into that right knee, and we're going to pulse. Pointing the knee towards the big toe, or the second toe, not letting my knee go beyond the toes, and I'm staying really tall through the spine. I'm not leaning forward, I'm not leaning back. Imagine you're stuck between 2 panes of glass. I know it sounds kind of weird, but that's a good way to think about this movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, and stay. Stay here, don't forget to breathe. Inhale, reach those arms nice and long. We're going to go back to our rib slide. Reach and back. Notice if there's any difference in how this feels versus when we're just standing up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good news. Straighten that leg, but don't lock the knee. Just straighten it enough that we're not using all that muscle. Now tilt your hips to the left. We're going to slide our hand down just about our shin. Pause here for a moment. Then inhale, reach up overhead, lengthening through those left ribs. Exhale, shave the arm across the horizon. Inhale, sweep and reach. Exhale across. Create that length and strength. Last one, reach up and over. As the hand comes back, you're going to bend into that left knee to come upright with both toes facing forward. Fixing any clothing articles that you need to. Tick-tock the hips. And now start to tilt forward with a flat back, taking the arms out to the side. So depending on your hamstring flexibility, if you need to bend your knees, that's okay. I'm trying to get my bum a little bit behind the heels And then stop the tick-tock and just pulse the arms from shoulder height up and back. Don't drop your chin down and don't crunch your neck back. Just gazing slightly forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then soften the knees, forward fold down. All the way down, and then roll up one vertebrae at a time. You can support this wave with your hands on your thighs, rolling all the way up and extend tall. Now, left toes point to the left, and we're going to bend, finding this Virabhadrasana 2 type stance. That's warrior 2, and just a pulse. Notice where you're putting the weight on the back foot. Is it on the outside edge, the inside, or can you keep it equal? When we keep it equal, there's a lot of extra inner thigh engagement. Checking that my knee does not go beyond the toes, just for my own support. Some people have a lot more flexible joints. Mine aren't. Stay. Hold, but not your breath. Inhale, reach the arms, and now it's this pulse with the ribs. Pulsing with the ribs. A nice reach, extend, pulling back, reach. Use your breath. And 3, 2, reach, drop the forearm, take that right fingertip all the way over to the left, and exhale across the horizon. Now make sure that you're not sticking your bum back up, stay low. Inhale, sweep and reach, and exhale it across. Reach as far as you can, and last one, we're gonna come up to the sky and straighten the legs. So you notice I switched what we did on each side, and that's because we're going to do a bit of a reverse. So we're tilting the hips, don't lock that leg. We're going to reach and drop. Reach and drop, just to the shin. And 3, 2, and come back up, straighten those legs, toes forward. Tick-tock the hips. We got to go back to the other side. We're reversing everything, adding some layers of complication, just because life never seems to be easy. So let's make our practice challenge us just that little bit. Now soften the knees, come into as low a squat as you can. You can use your fingertips for support, but don't round the spine. Nice flat back. Reach the left arm up, bring it down. Right arm, reach it up, bring it down. Hands to shins or thighs, and we roll up one vertebrae at a time. Point the right toes to the right. Drop it down into our lunge, and this is just straight into the hold where we move the ribs, because we move the ribs in triangle pose in our first round. Reach, pull back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the forearm. Take those left fingertips all the way up and over and shave across the horizon. Keeping your hips dropping down. Reach up and over. Using the exhales. 2 more. And last one. Let's bring it all the way up, rise up, push through those heels, toes forward. This time forward fold by sliding the hands down your thighs towards your ankles. Now you can round the spine here, just relax your neck and shoulders, relax your head, give it a little wiggle. And then start to tick-tock the hips just a tiny little bit as you make your way up. Soften those knees. Bringing it back up. Guess what? Last side. I know these are fun, right? Left toes point to the left. Now it's a straight leg, but don't lock that knee. We're gonna shift the hips and ribs slide. Reach. Reach and pull back. Focusing on the core, focusing on those obliques, doing all the movement. Your hips stay put. And 3, 2, and 1. Reach it down to shin. Reach those fingertips up. Stack the shoulders for just one full breath. And then take it forward and shave across the horizon. Inhale, sweep and reach. Exhale across. 2 more. And last one. We're gonna bend into that right knee to come up, toes forward, and just hop it in or step it. If the hop is not a thing for you, you don't have to hop. And I want us to step and tap and notice, how do our legs feel? How is our balance? Now, with the side step, we're gonna tap it behind and add a little reach. Reach the right hand towards the left heel, left hand towards right heel. And it doesn't have to be a big, hard movement. Make this more about expansion, about the length. Make this your own beautiful little quirky dance. 4, 3, 2, and bring it back through center. Heels in, not quite touching, but not too far apart. And a knee, little dip, plie. Just a little movement here. And check in with your knees, check in with your toes. Now, the exhale on exertion is more of a Pilates thing, or it used to be. They've changed a lot over the years, and ultimately, just keep breathing. Find a way to move your body somewhat in sync with your breath. 3, 2, and rise up. Press through the balls of the feet. Let's lift up off the heels, just an inch or two. We're not going into our stilettos, unless you really want your stilettos. I don't. Stay at the top here. Little pulse. Little pulse. Maybe even a little bounce going left to right. Just don't get too enthusiastic because you might fall over. I know, because, you know, I speak from experience. Get some fun with the arms. See how your balance adjusts. Be like a tree bending in the wind. You're not going to break. You might stumble. You might fall. And now step it wide. Sweep the arms. Get big. Stretch it out. Go up and over and around. Don't worry about the right or wrong way. You can go up and back. Go for a bigger step or keep it small. Just expand. Get those big hearts, big courageous hearts up and out. 4, 3, 2, and bring it back. Pause for a moment. Bring your hands onto your belly. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, big sigh. This is where a lot of digestion and fire takes place. Honestly, I want you to literally just rub your belly a little. Just no matter what you're thinking, what you're feeling, just give your belly a little rub. And don't be shy about it. Add a little hip wiggle. Love yourself up. Love yourself up. I don't care what the world has done to make you feel unlovable at any point in your life right now. Love yourself up. And 4, 3, 2, and inhale, reach that love up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive or forward fold. Come down. Nod your head yes. Shake it a little no. And I'm going to come to this side view here. We're going to step back with the left leg. Look forward. You can come up a little higher if you want. And we're going to pulse through the heel. Keep leaning forward. The goal here is not to push into our lower back. arms forward and then down. Our first downward dog. Press it back and walk it here. Make it silly, make it fun. Little bounce, little step. And then look forward. You can step, hop, walk, jump, waddle, wiggle. Make your way to the top. Drop your booty down. Take a moment, get as low into your malasana as you can, as low into your squat as you can. Maybe you can touch the heels to the ground. Maybe you can't. Guess what? Don't matter. This is about getting low into the hips. Take a deep breath. Whew. Exhale, release those fingertips down. Wave your way back up. Stepping the right leg back. A few pulses to get yourself into alignment. Go ahead, bring yourself up. Still leaning forward, and we pulse up and down. And the pulse takes place because of our heel, not our knee. Our heel squeezes up and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release those fingertips forward. Bring the hands down. Front foot steps back. Downward dog. But make this fun. We're not staying here long. Not too much pressure on the wrists. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. Bring it forward into a brief plank. And then drop the knees down. Lift up the toes and just wiggle. Just a little flutter kick with the toes, with the legs. 3, 2, now release. Push the hips back. And if you're struggling, so right now my belly and my thighs are really close. I want to widen my knees and keep my big toes touching so I feel like I can come closer to the earth with my heart. Inhale, push into your forearms, slide forward and back. This is a different movement. Don't exacerbate the elbows by pushing yourself too far forward, but just a forward and back rock. Don't worry about if the back arches. In fact, let your spine relax. If it arches, great. If it doesn't, last 2. Last 1. Keep going forward and see if you can get the elbows up. Come onto your belly. Line up the thighs, point the toes. Now, without squeezing your butt cheeks, no butting squeezing, we're going to pull the shoulder blades back and float the forearms off the ground. You know how you can tell if your butt's squeezing? If the toes are lifting up. This is not about how high you can go. This is about focusing on the movement happening between your shoulder blades. 3, 2, and let's release one arm down. Take the opposite arm long and up and over. We're going to come onto our back. So I just rolled off my mat, so if you need to readjust, that's okay too. So from here, this is both a stretch and a core workout. And I don't want to say workout, but it's core awareness. Let's call it core awareness, okay? First, bring your knees in. You deserve a little hug. You're going to go do some more hugging at the end. But now just start to pedal your feet, whether you're on a bicycle or a unicycle or in the water, and you're just using your legs to float your head above the waves. Now go a little bigger. Reach the toes longer and down. And slow it down. See how long those legs can grow. I'm 5'2" and I'm going to try and have legs of a 6'2" person. Really reach. But now I'm going to start to shift onto my bum cheek. Just pick a bum cheek and start to tilt. And I'm going to take my legs up and across. I call this the crazy bicycles because we're really not going in any direction. We can make them little, almost like little doggy kicks, doggy paddles, or make them bigger, longer. And then slow it right down. Bring the knees to just above the hips, not higher than the hips. Bring the toes up to knee height, and then shift your weight over onto the right bum cheek, pointing the knees in that same direction, but keep both of your shoulder blades down. Exhale, draw back in nice and slow, and only going as far as your spine allows, but it's your core that's doing all the work. It's not my back pulling me back in, it's my obliques, so I use the exhale to give me a little pulling back. Now you can keep going with this variation or add a little challenge. Let that top leg come long and give it a little kick. Exhale, draw back in through center. Roll to the other side and extend the leg again. Inhale long and kick. And then last one to the right. Bring it in, release the feet down, knees bent. Circle the arms up all the way overhead. Exhale, roll the shoulder blades up as you reach the fingertips to the knees. And then slide your hands down the thighs. Back to your hips, circling around. And two more. Exhale, round through the spine, lifting up through the shoulder blades, reach, and release down. Last one more. Slide the hands down. Reach the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, draw the right knee in and interlace the fingers to bring that chin and thigh closer to your ribs. This feels really uncomfortable. Just move it to the side of the ribs. And then just experiment with what happens. How does it feel if you take the left leg long and relax it, or flex and hold it? There's no right or wrong right now. Relaxing feels better for me. Relax your jaw. Maybe wave your head a little side to side. Now slide your hands down your shin towards your feet and bring your foot into your hands. Now, the goal here is to get your shoulder blades back down on the ground, relaxing your head, and maybe bringing your foot closer to your belly button. And I like to rock a little here, but rocking with my left leg long feels a little weird, so I kind of plant my left foot down but still have the leg a little long so that I can just create a little bit of a stable base for me to rock from. And then maybe you can bring your toe to touch your nose, maybe not, but hug up as close as you can. And then slowly bring that right ankle on top of the left knee while bringing the left knee up and in. And just rock a little side to side here. But then as you push that left knee towards the ribs, you're getting a deeper stretch through the right butt cheek. And you can even encourage the right knee to stay out to the side with your right hand. It's almost like a counter pressure. And gently release the left foot down. Let both legs just kind of droop over to the left for a little bit of a twist. If you want, you could even hold on to your right foot if it's going to slip away from that thigh. Mine sometimes does, depending on the pants I'm wearing. Exhale, using those obliques, draw back into center, uncross and switch. Reach up, grab a hold of your foot, hug it in, and maybe straighten that right leg long. Everything is slowing down, including your breath, I hope. Rocking your head side to side can feel really good. You can bend that right knee, planting the feet down to give yourself a stable base to rock from. But if you're rocking, don't go too fast, because sometimes going too fast just means you fall over. Mind you, you're lying down, so you don't have far to go. You can hug it in closer. You can bring your nose to your toes, or not. Work with your range of motion. And then let's go ahead, bring that right knee up so that you can place the left ankle on top. And we rock a little side to side. And pushing that right knee up and pushing the left ankle against to create this counter pressure, this resistance. And then let your legs go a little further. Release the right foot down to the ground. Bring both legs over to the right, keeping your shoulder blades down for a deeper twist. Closing your eyes. Relaxing your jaw. Slowly, as you exhale, draw those knees back in, uncross, and just pull your left knee and shin to your ribs again. I say again, but we haven't done this side, but I mean if it's too much for the belly, bring it to the side. Make this feel good in your body. And then without dropping that left knee, bring your right knee up. Slide both hands towards your feet. Grab a hold of your feet, finding your happy baby pose. Drop those hips to the ground. Keep those knees bent. This is not about doing the splits. At least in my books, it's not doing the splits. Pull the shoulder blades to the ground. Simply relaxing your jaw. Bring the feet together slowly, and you can support the feet coming to the ground by keeping your hands on your legs. And then walk your feet a little wider than your hips and windshield wiper the knees left to right. And then take a moment or two. Ask your body, what else does it need? Does it need more twisting? Does it need more stretching through the hamstrings or the hips? Find any movement that feels good. And if you're done, just stay in a very relaxed supine position. That means lying on your back. Make sure you do whatever you did on one side, on the other side. Just stay here a little longer. slowly, wherever you are, come back to center. Draw your knees in, but roll to your side. And make your way up into seated. Bring both hands over your heart for just a moment. It is officially spring. And with spring, not only comes a change in weather, but this year it brings with it hope of getting out of lockdowns, out of restrictions, seeing people, and dare I say, hugging people again. So take a moment and let's just acknowledge how amazing this time of year can really be for all of us. Take a deep inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, big sigh. And that's it for Flow to Surrender today.